they pick up the Tiny, so you got a nice bit of physical damage output coming out if they do decide to pick up the Huskar. I do dream of the Omni Knight mid again though. It's something which I've only heard about. I haven't exactly been given time to watch it length and analysis, but I would definitely I wouldn't mind seeing like
10 seconds remaining.
coming up from Wings.
I mean, already CDEC.Youth running something funky themselves, like you were talking about that Tiny there. With the Nyx Assassin, they could start to throw a couple of bombs there if they wanted to. Is there any other reason that you think they're taking the Tiny? Is it just to try and sort of match up? Does it match up well against the Bat Rider? Why is it that you feel like they ended up going for this Tiny here?
Potentially maybe try to bait out a ban from Wings Gaming. Tiny is a hero by himself and somewhat be questionable, especially in competitive games. But because you faced it. I mean, let's face it. Usually when you see Tiny, you most but in some cases maybe not. See a bit of a combo going up here. Tiny Assassin set up for the free could be something as well.
Yeah, it does seem like it could be pretty good. I mean, they've already got a great ability to roam around early, and depending upon where this laning ends up coming from, the Wings, who, by the way, are getting very low in their reserve time. This is something that they've been doing a couple of times now. I mean, Tiny's got an Echo Saber that's been added to his potential kit. You can't still just go for the straight-up Blink and try and snowball from there. Wings are going to take the Life Stealer. Another very strong hero at being able to fight early. I mean, this lineup definitely feels like they want to get aggressive. Yeah. I'm assuming that's going to be Victoria playing that with the X. We'll see how they end up running it.
IO, Tiny, with Nyx and Bounty. We've got like 3 melee heroes on the side of CDEC. And they don't have anyone to... Okay, I guess the IO is okay as a defensive counter to the Bat Rider. Just quickly try and relocate the target out. And you can just reset the fight. Lifestealer can go for Invest Bombs with Bat Rider. And this should be a Tiny IO in the mid. But we'll not really reveal yet. But I mean, obviously because they're the last 2 picks. But for Wing... to that Huskar you're referring to a while, it would be pretty good at CDEC.
Yeah. It would be a little bit awkward now with the Lifestealer pick. You'd have to... I don't know. I guess that the off lane probably here is going to be the Nyx Assassin, which would end up... I guess that they could run a solo safe lane Nyx. They're going to ban out the Slardar. This is a very awkward draft. I mean, it goes to show how dynamic Dota 2 is right now, that you can pick... I mean, still Elder Titan, a great hero, and has been sort of the one that we've seen fairly consistently, but I think that the fact that you still have all of these heroes that you can take really shows how deep the scene is right now. As the Timbersaw comes out last, yeah, that's the meta pick right there.
You could put a Timbersaw safe lane. We see some teams or some players, if you put a Timber mid, they're going to get locked down quite a bit at least. I mean, if they won't be able to get farm, they'll only get levels. But for Timbersaw, you don't just want the levels. You want him to have decent farm, to be snowballing and creating impact as well. So...
5 seconds remaining.
I think they got to take towers. I wouldn't mind a DK here.
But DK's banned out, so Lycan would be... Yeah, Lycan.
All right, there we go. That's okay. So yeah, he's banned out. So they go for a different tower taking hero. This to me seems to be the option. Like, you've got IO Tiny and a Timbersaw with 2 invis heroes that can set up kills. Wings have to not split up and farm. If they split up and try and farm, they're just going to get destroyed.
This is weird though, because you're putting like Blink. Okay, this should be like what, a Bat mid?
I think that's the case. And then Lifestealer off lane with Shadow safe lane Lycan.
Yeah, so like a greedy offlaner, and you got 2 side lanes. You're gonna get a lot of pressure coming out from the Lycan because Nyx, he's not gonna be able to hold it. He has no push, maybe besides a stun, but it's not gonna be doing much. Okay, Wings is pretty strong mid game actually, and tower pushing as well. CDEC.Youth not so much, but yeah, great counter push actually.
I think this is the problem that you're going to end up seeing for Wings is that eventually Lycan isn't like the slow siege. Oh, wow. Oh, my goodness. I got a lot of lag there for a second. I might try a quick reconnect just to...
Yeah, that's true. And Wings doesn't exactly have any spells to set up to counter that relocate as well. Maybe except if you get like a really incentive stomp the minute you see relocate coming in, but I doubt he's gonna be able to pull that off like most times. Really nice though. Isn't it the Ultra? Is it first set? No, I would kill for the Invoker set. Going up against a Tiny and Io, he's definitely not gonna get that
30
farm.
seconds to battle.
But because he's a life stealer, he can always go back to the jungle. It's greedy, but we have to pay off. And I just hope this is not going to be that super annoying, like, you know, Radiance into an Ancient kind of thing just walk around, because CC have no answer for that, so... Yeah, and it's just sometimes when you're playing against it, it can be really annoying. And CDEC, the only hero who can actually whack
The
one of those
battle
agents down.
begins.
Flame. Faith, what are you doing? Faith?
Best let the master of me.
Yeah, if he had put 1 point to Rage, then I would have understood why he would try to go for it, but... questionable. Maybe having one of those eternal envy moments, like I see a bounty win, I have to get... Sure.
You get nothing.
Yeah, it's alright, and he's getting whacked out of lane as well. Bounty chasing the big man with the briefcase away.
Please, don't
Yeah, he
put
will.
me in a box.
Yeah, I'm not getting lag. Yeah, sure, hold on. Alright, hold on, so let me change the text.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
And alright, we're up.
I am hail the goddess, sanctioned by the order.
Bit of a rough time for him. Like I said, going up against a tiny IO, he's not gonna have a good time. And he doesn't stuff like Iron Talent which help him jungle or anything. He just leech whatever EXP, and he's just found level 2, struggling to find it level 3. Games he's having already halfway till through that level 3, he's finding level 4. And when he hits the level 6, that's where he's gonna start roaming around, and entire Ani can be very, very scary. Trying to go for him here in the top lane. Actually, quite a chunk of damage. Last right click is not something to laugh at. And you don't underestimate the right from coming up from instance as well. The advantage in this duel lane, because he's going up against so many heroes and they're always going to be favor, he's going to steal damage from the turret. So when he trades hits, he's going to trade it very, very more effectively. He's going to go now. Is Flames can't get the toss back, but Faye falling low. Oh, combo. Dazzle dies to a neutral.
With my last thought, I curse you. Divide.
That's for sure, but I don't think that's the plan for Wings to fight them on fight head on. Rapids. Your story of how they want to just go for stops here and there, try to get a diff, and maybe even try to sneak Roshan here and there. CDEC.Youth is all about like, you want to push, we have counter push, we got relocate, let's come to a 5v5, we'll fight head on because we always have IO and Timberstar. So that's gonna bring him a bit closer to Blink. He's got 1500 gold now, starts off with win lace as well. So could that job stick really like from places like Ohio instead of going for Blink Rush? Moo also does that as well. I'm just waiting to see like timings on the IO and Flame because you have 2 kills of Warrior. He's gonna get a much easier time in lane. Wow, that's yeah. Managed to fix my map. Should be back up in a bit. But for nothing, it's not so much about how much farm you're getting, it's always about the levels, and in this case, don't forget you're sacrificing an E who is at the bottom, some babysitting lifesteal for a while. So that's always comparison, and I guess it's gauged like in terms of E and T trade-off. Like, like I said, I'm sorry, I'm still waiting for Victoria to hit the level 6, because when you synergize that very nicely, that when they're both really close, it's where they roam attention. Very, very scary. That's true, and yeah, Tiny has like base armor. He probably has that too. One in the agility boots. And alright, so XZ plant boards around. It's gonna be really scary, and just don't exactly have like roaming port duo or supports which can really roam in the first place. Shad trying to find his way towards Vlad, and with that maybe they can try to push a bit more aggression, like especially when you pressure the lanes, you force CDEC to show themselves. So who have to assert your dominance in this game, sure. game you can just passively farm. Yeah, that's why, like, not early on, I said that you don't want to be fighting head-on with draft, but because the Wings are such a very versatile team, what you should do with itemization, and I could be wrong, and they could just go for the 5v5 matchups in bit. Develops, and Timbersaw isn't that scary just yet. He's case to take down, because Lycan, once he gets his howl off, there's a lot of right click coming up from the Lifestealer and the Lycan. You want to go for a blink? Much. Relocate.
Nix, show me what you can do. Double kill.
So they want to get that farm up. Yeah, like, I agree with you. That was the aggressive dive. I mean, yeah, you kill a time, but you course in Lycan and a bat, right? That wasn't that good. But at the same time, that also reveals the blink onto the side of Wings.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Back. Oh.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Oh. Got 1,000 gold from that, but because of the kills. IO, who were both very, very fun. That was a killing spree and a mega kill streak going to. I want to say no, but the amount of gold he's saving up, and he's always hovering on the Ancients. I mean, we just saw he's been constantly infesting these, so it's just him sending a warning out to CDEC, and CDEC kind of blocked for a bit, because like I said, they don't have an answer for that raid, and it can be really annoying, especially on the IO and the bounty.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack.
Oh, Lycan.
Gold for me.
Radiant's middle tower
They
is
actually
under
won that
attack.
fight. They actually won that fight. That was a beautiful kick coming out from Ice Ice, and Lycan still channeling that wolf form despite tanking so many spells. That was just really, really clutch. And how CDEC, they lose. Are you serious? Oh my god. Right? Timbersaw finds the kill as well. Alright. Then corrected CDEC, they win that engage even though time and a relocate, but hashtag worth it.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified. Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower has fallen. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Indeed, and Lycan as well still has Vlad's to his name. That's not an item which is going to carry you or do much bit of extra damage in the fights. This is just tough, and that's really come online. Like, yeah, the one where, like, sorry, no, middle lane. Third one gold. Hey, or red. What he has to do right now is just use his boost, keep scouting things out right now. You don't want to fake anytime soon. He needs to get the Radiance up ASAP. And like I said, you know, Demons with the Vendetta IO Tiny combo going up, that's just what they've been using for the past 5 minutes now. Fighting whenever they can, and their warding is actually really scary because they're in all these very deep areas, and Wings doesn't have anything to de-ward. They keep thinking, alright, they has a jungle, but they haven't been able to find the wards at all. Just look at the set placed. They cannot find the ward.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack.
Oh, yes. That was just so tough, and I think the lifestealer knew as well. Like the minute he saw the TP, or the very second he did, he just like, alright, I ain't coming out. Attack team me somewhere else. I'll go back to farming. Like almost up, 3,700 gold now. We're just counting down to that Radiance timing. Like the pretty decent farmer is the bounty. Like I think they got like 2 track kills so far.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Well, actually the IO is more farm bounty, so. But in this case, I mean, I wouldn't say no to the mecha. Like, you can allow the IO to go for other items, and IO, ooh, times 1 real kick to Bad Rider. Right.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified.
This right here is just like one of those classic moments where they outdraft themselves. Only team which can outdraft Wings is really themselves, and just from the nature of the draft alone, it limits the move they make, like kind of strategic toss. They can't even sneak a Roshan because they're so afraid that there's the global relocate. CDEC can respond very quickly because the tier 1s is still up, so can you do it? All you can do is just sit back and farm and hope for an opening.
I am on the mend. Wave! Shadow wave!
It really boils down to the lifesteal, and you can see he's chasing Ame already in this big ass golem 3 times. Not attacks, he's more like a tank, and yeah, Ame can't really cut that. You can't cut rock down, you can't cut granite like that. So
Radiant's
This game is
middle
gonna be
tower
quite addict
is
for a
under
while,
attack.
at least until the lifestealer gets that
Dire's
Radiant.
bottom tower
We're gonna
is
see
under
like the
attack.
super cancer walking around doing, I wouldn't say nothing, just being a huge pain in the butt. But oh, Name wants to go to Ice. Might find himself a kill Grave. We're out here. No TP at all.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified. Radiant's top tower has fallen. Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
And he's grinding an Echo Saber soon, so no mana issues, even if Poirier isn't there. He's super farm. The physical damage up now is gonna be really scary, and he may consider going back into MKB after the Echo Saber deal the
Radiant
and
structures
whack
are
the shit
fortified.
down, spec the shit.
Radiant's middle
And
tower
alright,
is
the
under
Radiance
attack.
is up. We're gonna see that coming down. Oh, what a way to defuse the item.
Need a light?
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom
Nice.
tower has fallen.
Yeah, they will. The shuriken toss damage flying up between three heroes. Faith going back in, gonna try and burn someone down. Right, going to inflame. There's a nice stomp coming up, but here comes the Io tethered to the lane. Typhon out light gonna find and Timber will burn the Dazzle down to one charge. Can you look at Faith? He to the creep. Alright. Wait. Oh no.
Killed you with a bastard eye.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Back and forth, back and forth. This feels really for some reason. Get what? He gets away? Game poke back and forth, back and what? He went back and forth 4 times. Get him? I think this is still quite even, but there's a huge issue which they have yet to address on the side wings, and that is what you mentioned early on. And a solution for the Timber. We just saw they have 4 heroes up, came nowhere close to killing because of the extra reactive to armor stacks. He was back to half HP during that fight, and he got away with 75% HP. And what do? Lycan has to start building up items. He has the Necrobooks theory, so he has that going for him. Maybe burn out the Timbersaw's mana. They don't have any of that in overwhelming DPS to bring the Timbersaw down.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Yes, and you look at meanwhile Wing's gonna try and sneak a Roche, but there was a ward there. So CDEC should be aware of what's happening. Oh, they want to kill Nathan. Oh no.
Roshan has fallen to the Delta.
And CDEC.Youth, they had perfect vision of what's going on. Like, they knew the rush was happening, but they didn't want to contest it. They don't want to risk it, and at the same time, like, they find themselves to relocate. So it's still a pretty decent trade, even though Wings do get the better of it because they have Aegis. And it's the like, and now Shadow can do anything. Try and pressure the side lanes. They could be good for a bit of a, but no, he will TP back. Okay. Tiny. Just create space like in right now because they really created space for like the lifestealer. He's got what he needs, and unless he wants to build into an AC, he could be farming that up. The Aegis, they want to get pick one first, and I feel like lifestealer they're gonna try and challenge this late game with Lycan and the lifesteal choice because it's really on. Find a nice dash. XT going down.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen. Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Challenge him.
Radiant
Challenge him.
structures are fortified.
Challenge Tiny. Doesn't work out. You're alone. Oh, they want. Fight.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Oh, poor Dazzle. Really unfortunate. Off all over the place. Fate almost dying there as well. Yeah, maybe one more item on a Tiny that could kill. And they still haven't been able to do anything with the Aegis, so maybe that's why CDEC could have given the away as well. They were like, alright, let's do what you can do, but because they're okay to take, like, they have a lot of faith in the Timbersaw. Damage output is gonna be pretty sick, taking out all those Necro units, so pushing, like de-pushing, like a push, never gonna be an issue for them as well. A little bit of me just died. I just died a little bit when I saw the Manta style come up. Quite surprised that Inflame went back for B though, like we have talked about it. This is one of those scary games right now where your supports can't afford to show themselves on the map because they will pick you off any chance they get to try and get like whatever tiny advantage they can. Yeah, I mean, back to the BKB, I don't pick up on 10. It's not like else which he has to worry about. They have the gem.
Dark light. Dazzle.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Oh, army.
Shadow wave.
Army once more. Could find innocence here. Close, but Faye can start chewing through the temple bit by bit. Going back, he wants to try and maybe find ISI, so it's really TP. So it looks like that should be the end of that, unless Army really wants more blood. He could find himself innocent. But eyeballs isn't connected. Oh.
Regeneration! Double damage!
Which is why I question BKB. Like, I could understand the logic behind the the radiance thing, the points you pointed out, but I would have thought that you fight for either an AC or an MKB. Like what, 17%? So an AC help the team, especially against like Lycan.
Dazzle!
Alright, so 3200 gold. What do you go next in army? Do you want to go for like axe? Do you want to go for sheep stick? Just look at the movement of right now. They're just grouping up together, just protecting their cores. He doesn't find the ideal Thunderhide, like, but it should be okay actually when you buy like the extra. Seen that on the anti-mage before. It's really scary, like the damage and the
Dire's top tower is under attack.
vibing. Oh, they want to find innocence. This should be a kill as well.
Dire's bottom
Alright,
tower.
so yeah, CDC read that very well. They knew that they was good so far by himself. There was covered, so no grave even taken out.
Dire's bottom
He didn't even get the
tower
chance to
has
do it,
fallen.
and no buybacks of either of these.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified.
Ian.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
Can try.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Monster kill!
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
What keep going?
Dire's bottom barracks are under attack.
Oh, the relocate!
Radiant's courier has been killed.
But they want to go for Shadow. Nicely done from the IO, and maybe might find themselves a kill. Does not have wolf form, and
Radiant's middle
no.
barracks are under attack.
as well. A bit of will deter them, so they will just back up. In a sense, saving a teammate. Igo goes down. Alright, so Faith, 4,500 gold. It's not the Mantis that he did go for an SNY. So might see the AC coming well, and I might even go back and so blade, but he did something. So yeah, it's gonna be a bit. Wait, hold on. No, that was shadows. You want ice and can't kill Ami no matter what. Oh, the stun! Or relocate. Nope, they want to fight this. Look at Shadow. Expired. Off. Just look at his HP. Whatever damage is being done, he's already gotten it back and more.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Yeah, I feel like the game's still over yet, like still a long way more to go because Wings, they just need to win one fight and they charge down the mid, and CEC are well aware of this, so that's why they're paying so much. Just making sure they don't throw their tiny advantage away. I mean, that's just the power of a late game. He's gonna get an Abyssal soon, already geared for the late game. And when Lifestealer gets an AC, that's gonna be potentially a fight chain item as well, because it's gonna help them so much against the tiny. And he's the only one with the physical damage output. But like I said, the problem for them is the Timbersaw. So kill the Timbersaw and the tiny. Wings are still in this game, or they could have it in the bag. Oh, I think. Oh, Faith. Faith, balanced spell. So that's just the things they can keep on doing. And still, okay, at this point, Wings could probably be thinking, we can't start yet, we just kill everyone else. And that's what they can do, because Timbersaw alone is not going to be able to like that effectively against Lycan. And so they just keep doing this with Wings still in the game.
Oil the joints.
Oh, the heal bomb! Nice. Oh, but Ami wants more blood or any heroes now. He's gonna try to man fight here. He does bring down the ET. Can he bring Ice? He's gonna walk away. BKB is expiring. Ice, he's gonna walk instead. He's gonna go down, pops the grave. Still alive for now, but the rest of the team pick up the Aegis. They're like, alright, space created. Ice will TP out. No, just kidding. Timbersaw gets 2 blood charges. And meanwhile, Abyssal Blade it on your Lycan, and Faith wants to go a bit more, chasing him down. Nah, he's gonna give up.
Structures are fortified.
Ami had to give. 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 Ami had
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
For CDEC, if they do that, then there's one downside by doing that. It also lets Wings know that, okay, they don't want to fight us. This is where we can start to go more aggressive, and that's the last one to do right now. Oh, Armin, this is not the place you want to go down. 1,000 gold going to that rider, and he could actually turn back into like a refresher's orb soon. Oh, the grave turns around.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Oh, the carapace!
Radiant structures are fortified.
Feel the burn.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
So, the Danny and Wings on this game. Just like that, 29 to 27. I think the first time game where they actually have to in terms of kills, and they're still building for more because Icon's gonna get scarier and scarier. Just so BKB Vlad and the next 3, he can destroy supports with his neck minutes, while his right click is not something to laugh at. How Bystander is gonna get buffed as well, and with Demon's Edge could be an MB, could be a Daedalus. Either way, you know, those items are very nice. And I think this is gonna be a Silver's Edge coming out from Ice, because what Wings do. If you remember that game yesterday where they picked, he went to the Silver's Edge and people were just like, okay, that's weird, but just a great item against Timbersaw in general. So he's never gonna have reactive armor, and they can just kill him much easier.
Yeah, it definitely feels like the way to go for this. And I mean, to be honest, it's also a decent escape tool if things start to go a little bit crazy. I'm not sure if the gem is still up on the
they want to go.
Shadow is going to get taking a decent chunk of damage. He pops his BKB and is just going to be able to walk away. So no big problem there. As it feels like CDEC.Youth maybe losing a bit of that hold on the game that they had previously.
Death and good are linked.
Probably like one of the reasons people used to spam that life not because like it's super OP, it's just that it's but if you know how to use creating space for your team. But I mean, on the jungle Shadow once again getting caught out, but no, the Grave keeping him alive. The Blink Dagger is gonna Victoria kill Io first. Deep's going to be alone, and he will go down. Double kill for the Bat Rider, but not Army. Backdoor. Get the split push, he gets distracted, not the biggest thing. But Tiny Man fighting against the world. Will he die here? Yes, he will. Bat Rider with triple. So, okay, CDEC. Competition.
I mean, this is the thing that I was expecting, but I was more expecting it to be the Io and the Tiny trying to go for the backdoor, and as opposed to the Tipsaw. Maybe you end up trying to switch up the roles in the next round of team fights, and the Io and Tiny are going to be off alone farming, and they're going to be able to go for the backdoor. Like, this is the way that I feel like they have to change this game now. They can't just go for the straight up try and fight into this lineup, because it's not going to work.
It doesn't change the the equation and equilibrium so far. So Wings just to keep doing what they have been doing, and they just keep dragging this game out, because we just saw Tiny. He's not really a threat if you kill him first, and that's what they. Forced to pop the BKB. Faith chasing after him, just popped out his dragon taxi.
Yeah, not going to be able to catch, but BKB charges now down to 6 seconds. This is a bit of an issue. XC is there, going to throw out the track and then just tease away. So, not going to go for the Abyssal Blade, although he could have thought about trying to go into that Bounty Hunter. So I like this play again, Ame. This is what you need to do. You push out this top lane. It's going to need to TP boots in to defend against the pressure up on their high ground. But at least for now, this provides some pressure on the counter side. So if they want to, they can relocate on those tier 3 towers in the top lane. For now, ready to jump in on this bottom tier tower behind enemy lines, and they might realize that he's there. Is that a thing? I don't think so.
Firefly. Oh, I see. He's like, I suspect it's the Radiance, but oh, they know what's going on.
Okay. Throughout the charms, they are not going as of yet. I was kind of expecting them to try and clear out this play, but there is the Firefly. Victoria a little bit too far forward. He's going to get jumped upon, and they jump out and are going to be able to bring him down. Not waiting to happen in the least bit as he ends up going down there, and still nobody from the side of Wings is going to end up really taking any damage at all. He's going to lose a lane of racks here.
Yeah, they can't stop it. The BKB is expiring for Shadow. They should be able to keep this up for now. Oh, the Grave.
Always
Shadow,
there.
he really wants the racks, can't even get it. Oh, it's just...
Now they do
should
have their
die.
toss. They can throw it out if they want to. Ame is going to end up getting out there front and center. Ice for the moment. He is going to die. 3 already down. He's looking for a 4th to jump top of it. As well as hitting away at these guys. Ame actually survived through this. It looks like he might be able to. Turns around and that's going to be a kill. Nicely played there indeed. And now, time to go top if they can make it. I feel like if they just go up their top, they can do a lot of damage to the barracks.
They can, and the relay is still up, so that's the big thing they have going for them. Yeah, Wings probably got a bit too hyped there. They could have backed off. They didn't need to. That you got the eye. You could have just backed out and just that, and that's where CDEC.Youth now they have an advantage.
Oh, and you know what? Honestly, looking at this, they have 1 creep, and this tower is going to drop so quickly. They buy back on the Batrider, probably going to need to buy back on more, and they just end up relocating them away. Man, you can't ask for much better timing than that.
Yeah, so, but on the right side, it's just a Batrider buyback. It's not biggest for now. It needs Lycan and Lifesteal items, and 3200 gold on your Lycan. Big item next would be Dazzle, so he needs... I'll find the farm. They've been giving him prior. Like if you notice between the 2 supports, they've been giving a lot of net worth, whatever you can, away to the Dazzle. They realize if he gets the Silver's Edge, then that's really gonna help them win a huge margin. Just picking up items up first.
I'm starting to feel more and more like, again, you have this lineup of Wings Gaming that can take towers really rapidly.
Under attack.
But I never want to bet against an IO Tiny strategy in late game. You can just do so much damage with Tiny, and I don't know. The Ag's upgrade on him. He's got the AC now online. Probably is going to be able to build a Moon Shard after finishing off the Daedalus. I feel like as this game goes on, eventually there's going to be sort of like this base race scenarios, and I'm not sure. It could end up getting a little bit crazy towards the end.
Yeah, I can see what you're talking about. I can actually picture that. Both these 2 drafts, they excel at pushing quite decently, and the game really it just boils into like supports of how much impact they're gonna have in these team fights. Because if you can't like destroy the cores quick enough, supports are gonna have so much room to do whatever they need, and Dazzle no units and Wolf summons actually deals a lot of damage. Like called back to that road fight where CDC were picked off. Guys did a ton of heal, and that's what they need to like, guys. So CDC, not only do you need to worry about like what items Wings has, but your positioning as well. You don't want to be getting into the kill bomb. Oh.
Well, they're gonna run into Inflame, but I don't think they can burst him by the time Victoria is gonna come in there with the IO. I'd imagine at least. And they're gonna end up finding their jungle. That's a jump forward. XD in a lot of trouble, and he is going to fall as they jump in with Ame on the back, trying to deal with Shadow. He's going to end up jumping on top of the flame. Still doing a decent chunk of damage, looking to see if he can bring down AP on. There's the Avalanche toss combo coming out, a couple more right clicks. He is still going to end up falling there, and meanwhile this lead, still a lot going into the in-play pocket. Oh my goodness, that's so much damage.
He may be forced to bow.
Dire's
Bottom lane is
middle
pushing.
tower is under attack.
Well, if they need to, they can go for it. Ame just trying to get out of there as quickly as possible. Is go for the timber chain. Victoria's very much in trouble and is going to be brought down with that.
And Dazzle, because of right recap, is a 2 gold swing, so he's gonna get very, very close to his edge. Should have it now. Yeah, he has it now. Buyback, but that's very unlikely.
I'm towards this bottom spot. I'm still keeping it cool is the rest of the side of Wings is over here and going to be looking for a possibility of an initiation. Again, you can just keep them at A for so long, and they're just waiting for a Roshan to respond, so they're going to be able to take this.
Heads up now.
Well, Ame in the mid lane. If they can't, at least for the moment, contest Roshan until Tiny is back up, they can at least put out all these creep waves, and you can see that there is a reaction that comes from Wings. They're going to try and push it out in their own right, and that to me feels like it's kind of the most important part of this game at this stage is where the creep equilibrium is. If they're going to be able to go for a relocate combo, is backup protection going to be disabled? And if they end up being able to find a good angle on it, I mean, barracks just fall so rapidly on both of these teams.
And actually, late game, something which very scary item, like, though ET he's so poor right now, but if he does farm up an Aghanims, it's the scariest thing. If you've ever played against the ET Ags, because the Ags upgrade give farm, and that's going to be really big against Tiny as well, and that's something they severely lack on the side of CDE, and that's physical damage, which we talked about early on. So, like right now between Wings, now they get themselves another Aegis. This is just very, very scary. CDEC need to try and pull them apart, split them up, but XZ gonna go down as well, so Faith's been out of his mind. 3 and 13.
I mean, you can see though that the instant reaction, they take the tier 2 tower and force out the glyph on the top tier 3, so the tower denied. I don't think that Wings are going to be able to force this engagement. I think CDEC.Youth, they don't want to fight anymore. I'm pretty sure for them it's all about hitting the base and going for the backdoor plays. It's worth noting that Timbersaw has 10,000 gold in the bank right now. He is so ridiculously farmed. And he just keeps these lanes pushed out consistently, and they don't really have a great way to actually kill him off.
Ami just dodged the bullet there. I'm pretty sure he had a heart attack when he saw the bat right up there for it. There was another hero there, or two more heroes there. They could kill Ami. Waiting on the high ground. This is not the place you want to be. Kill innocence. That's
oh my
maybe.
God. This is pretty scary. He can try and get out of there, but meanwhile, over in the mid lane also, there's a little bit of a skirmish happening, and they are going to end up being able to get out. The Lifestealer jumps inside a creep and is going to run for the hills. But it goes to show, like, this is the big thing about the Wings draft, is that you need to be able to stop them from getting the split pushing. You need to stop them from being able to keep these lanes pushed out by solo killing, or at least being able to kill the Timbersaw. Like, Timbersaw, this whole draft works because he can keep the lanes pushed out and doesn't have to worry about getting killed off.
Yeah, I guess that's one as well. No, I agree with you as well. Like, that's a really good point. And okay, oh my god, what's gonna happen now? Gem, I just realized like no one has to slot Gem. I mean, obviously Bat Rider wants out items. Like he's 6 slotted well, so it looks like Innocent the one holding it, and he's having such a tough time. But his game just by being around his natural order is team guys like, especially against the Tiny. Very little armor left, and you got the counter AC to worry about as well. Looks like Lifesteal is going for like man up. He wants to be right in front. That should be a bit more space for the Dazzle.
This is again sort of it's emblematic of the way in which Wings take their drafts. The Silver Edge Dazzle, not something that you always end up expecting, but it's a great utility item, and if they end up being able to get an initiation off, I mean, eventually the other thing you could go for is go back for a cheap stick. If he's able to get the farm for it, it's not completely unreasonable. He's getting a decent dunk fight, continuing to spam out the Shadow Wave. Oh, Ame though. Maybe in some trouble. They get the catch. The right clicks are there. Can they actually finish off? It looks like it's going to happen. As soon as that occurs, with the 5 heroes rotating up, you see the Demons is going to be going for the backdoor plays, trying to put himself in a position where he can at least scout out what's happening. As Ice may be in a lot of trouble, but the counter initiation is there. They've got Innocence in the area. BKB's already been popped for 2. Refresher now, gonna be able to hold on to that Tiny, and he goes down as well. So 3 heroes taken out, and no great response at all from CDEC.Youth.
Much needed, and we didn't know about the Blink's refresh orb. Army proud to tell it to the team. Oh, they're gonna kill XZ.
Oh man, when it rains this pours, CDEC.Youth, they look good for so long. Now in a lot of trouble, and buyback status is slim.
demons. And you're just gonna like walk around. Tiny's forced to buy back. That's really huge. Just can kill him off one more time. Lasso off cooldown in a bit. Army and Tiny really need to be one. Shadow's just gonna start right clicking away at the tracks. No, he's back up in his doggy form.
Yeah, they forced the buyback. They're comfortable with that one, it looks like. Demons is going to blink away from this if they realize they don't want to have to mess around too much further. Bottom lane is pushing in. So as soon as this gets into the base, there's still the option of like a relocate play onto the barracks over here on the high ground. And just being able to like take out the ranged one. It would only take like a few swipes to be able to find that. But it does feel like CDEC.Youth is not really comfortable in making that play with no buyback on the Tiny.
Wouldn't say no Scotty or Butterfly in Flame. Like, yeah, you want to go for the shot, but I feel like the KB just isn't having impact in the fight. What I feel, and I mean, you might even go for the Hex so that you can more control on the Stealer or the Lycan. The army is really at this point. He's already maxed out. He's doing all he literally and alright, a bit of like to your Life Stealer as well. A Butterfly or Scotty really helpful too.
Yeah, that's kind of the best way to make it work if they could possibly get that type of farm up, but it feels like after that buyback already, it's sort of a little bit halting their progress. But they are still taking over the Wings jungle right now.
I don't one of us so they have to for relocate. They have to also game right Daz having, like I said, you know, type of pistols that are gonna time to fight much. Should be 11k for, like at this point. He's a dazzle, tough, and Lycan going for here so that he kind of push out as well. Next, you just bots too.
Everybody is just so farmed in this game. You start to look at a couple of these items that are online, and it does not really. I mean, even though we're 55 minutes in, it doesn't feel like the game's going to be over that soon, unless Wings take another really demonstrative team fight. If Tiny ends up getting kicked off, that's when you end up losing the game very rapidly. But still could go either way, with both teams having great push potential.
Actually, one thing is that Shadow, he's not exactly. At some point, you want someone else to.
Speaking of Shadow, he's hexed up for the moment. It's gonna at least force them back, though. Yeah, Shadow Bladed Ice is not going to be able to find the Timber Saw, possibly.
Ice sees him.
Right, you break it, and he's out of it.
But I mean, like back to my point, I was just saying that at some point, Shadow is gonna be one who can get down. He could go panic someone else buys the Vlad, and then and that's where Shadow does walk in and try to fight you. But now you're gonna see the up. Victoria's being a huge at the bottom lane.
I still have not seen any of the huge relocate plays as of yet. That feels to me the way that you end up trying to really take this game if you're CDEC.Youth, and Ame's still very farmed here. I mean, 15,000 gold at this point. You got to start buying all the wards, all the everything. Blink looking for a lasso, but not going to be able to run into anybody for the moment. That refresher getting shown in the last team fight, I feel like CDEC.Youth are really skittish about any type of engagement, and it's just all about the buildings at this point. Even though they've got the one barracks advantage, if that was not taken down earlier, this game would probably be over. But in at whatever little bit of advantage they can get, CDEC.Youth need to make this work here.
Going back to Silver's Edge, this is also good because of damage reduction. 5%, yeah, it's still pretty huge. At least it could save. Just do decent stats off with the ultimate. But this game is still very intense, like, really can't tell here winner just. But smoke up.
Ice, very, very dead. They get the hex, they get the kill. There's the jump in. Meanwhile, Blink is going to be able to jump on the demons. A lot of damage coming out from Patreon. I'm in a little bit of trouble as well. BKB already popped with the Abyssal Blade in control. They turn back around, double shot him thrown, but real fight continuing here as XT pops his Ghost Scepters, trying to escape from Shadow, but the Wolf eats him up and looking for a little bit more. Ame might be in trouble as well. They're trying to keep him at bay. Can they actually take this? I don't think that they're going to be able to. So much damage coming out. Inflame is trying his very best, but it's not looking like it's going to be enough. They chase him down continuously in the midst of all of this. Timbersaw buys back. Can they hold him at all? Inflame doing a decent chunk of damage, but it's just going to be controlled. Ame runs back in, but it's a last hurrah. At this stage, they don't have enough damage to be controlled and killed off. 4 dead with several diebacks, and this just might about be it.
Radiant's middle barracks are under attack.
This should be the T4. They're going straight for the T4. This is it. Did it?
Wings Gaming, after 2 diebacks and 8,600 gold winning into their favor, GG ends up getting called to CDEC.Youth. End up getting knocked down. That was such a close game. I felt like there were multiple moments where CDEC.Youth were going to be able to take it.
Really hard. Just out of respect for the Wings Gaming side, I mean, how do you try to break the high ground going up against Earth Splitter, Earth Stomp, and at the same time, you always have the last 2 being dragged in? You're gonna lose your cores very easy. Like, he's tank. Thing is, if he doesn't get those react armor stacks for prolonged fights, he can be brought down quite easily, especially if the Life Stealer and the Lycan's damage. The Howl does so much. So, really well played, and like I said, Wings never really were behind.
Yeah. Well, as we end up heading into the next one, we'll see if CDEC.Youth are going to be able to draft themselves a win here. I mean, there were moments. Ame had a whole heck of a lot of gold in his bank, but and you can only have so many items. So Wings Gaming take game number 1. We'll be back in just a little bit.